day, everyone, and welcome to Tiresome. Today's a very special day because we're doing a bit of this. Today is the day that we're actually going to start spinning spanners on the Supra, and I am so looking forward to it. Let me show you why. There are two reasons why we're doing the doors first. These are the new doors. Thank you, Tim. There's a blue one, really good colour. This was a factory colour and it is gorgeous. That colour's quite rare now, but we've also got this colour here, and we're replacing, of course, the bright red doors, and that is because, well, quite evidently, the door skins are gone quite a lot, especially this side, but also this side as well. There's a bit of rust up there, down there, and seeing as Tim has spare doors, it's easy just to swap them over. This one, as you may remember in the very first Supra video, unfortunately, byproduct of us checking it out and everything, was breaking this window because it was up, and that means for the last month or so since I've actually owned it, we've had this car cover which has now started flapping because it's very windy. Sorry for the wind, by the way. Sort of trying to keep the elements out, and it's not doing, it's better than nothing, I think, but it's not the best. So we're going to pop this one on, and we're going to start with the driver's one, and we're actually going to see if we can get electricity to it, because of course the window is wound down, which makes sense. Of course, you want to store the door and you want to protect the window, then this is the way to do it. But we want it up, of course, or else it's no different than just leaving this one on. Once we know we've done that one and we're professional Supra door fitters, then we can move on to this one and get the other one on. Yes, they will be odd colours for a moment, but don't worry, at least it'll be watertight and actually, I think, look a lot better, even with odd doors, than with rust holes. Let's get cracking. As is normal, I'm filming Tim while he does the work, and secretly I'm restoring the car. But Tim has just told me, beware of these little screw covers that he's working with right there. You want to be careful not only storing them whilst you're working on the car, but also make sure to not damage them too much when getting them off, because they're rare as rocking horse shit, as Tim says. And yeah, that's, you know, that's just something to bear in mind when doing this. Look at this, look, 5 screws and a red light, and I know what you're wondering, where the hell did they come from? They came from actually the bottom of the door card. Turns out, when you haven't got one like the driver's side on this one, and you need to take the screws out, well, you need to take the screws out. The other one, you didn't need to. Also, this is where that light went. It just went there. It's a nice little light, actually. Just when you got the door open, people know it's open, blah, blah, blah. But make sure you take that off first, because Tim says that this is quite a short wire, and he's not wrong. Look at that. So if you pull the door card off and forget that, then you'll probably, well, pull the plug out or something and it'll break. And these little Japanese things, I tell you what, if there's one thing I've learned whilst looking for parts for this car, I am very thankful that Tim has a lot of spares, because they are horrendously expensive. There's someone trying to charge for that door handle right there, that big one there that you close the door, £85 plus £13 delivery on eBay at time of recording. And it's in red, which is the worst interior colour for these. Look at this, more bits. This time speaker grill, which, don't worry everyone, it's got live sound, and also of course the aforementioned door handle are now off. And I just popped the grill off. There's no screws or anything on this, it literally just has these push-in clips. And the handle, pop a couple of plugs out on the front here, unscrew those screws, couple of little ones that screw into this sort of frame around the speaker. That comes off. Now let's tackle this. Good news is that came out. I just put a lot of pressure on that rusty screw and it came out absolutely fine. Bad news is I cut myself. Oh, for the fallen, eh? Oh, you can't even see it. Camera doesn't even care about me. Fine, whatever. This one, however, I'm gonna have to consult Tim on, because I don't know how to get this one off. Oh, like that. Oh no. Okay, good, good. So this one has little brass clips that pop in, and I'm going to retain those, because I feel like they're one of those little things that if you don't, oh, fucking drop one, oh, it's inside, oh, it's all gone to shit. Okay, Tim's probably got spares, it's fine. There we go. So that was just pull it towards you once you got that bit off. It unpops a couple of times from like around this area from clips, and then you just lift it up and away from the door, and here we are. Then it's mirror time. So this bit here just pops right out just with the flathead screwdriver, and then you've got 3 screws, 1, 2 and 3 that I've unscrewed already. And then we just have this little plug here, which I need 2 hands for. So once that's off, then technically we should be able to break the mirror out. Perfect. Time for this, everyone. The pin of death. Will it come out? Will it not? Probably will, because the other one came out and that door's much worse. I'm looking through the viewfinder, it's not working very well. Oh, that was easy. Come on now. Oh yeah, that was a bloody treat, that is, look at that grommet. Oh, well, I mean, it won't focus on it, but you get the idea. Oh, there we go, look, lovely. And now, this can pull out, and then the door is not only a little bit more free, but will open further, making for better access to the hinges. 1, 2, in there, number 3, and down there, number 4. They're all cracked. So the next step, I must say that Tim is actually doing the other side and I'm just repeating what he does on this side and recording it, obviously. But the next step, before we do actually go into door removal stuff, is to unplug the wiring loom. Now this is where it gets a little bit unscimitar-y, because the scimitar doesn't really have a wiring loom. Well, it does, but it's kind of like the one off the Titanic. Another thing to note, everyone, and I say this, I've thought about this and haven't told Tim yet, but I'm sure he may be in agreement. But this orange box here is actually the door control unit. And I suspect, I don't know Tim, what do you think, that it might be tied to the ECU in some way for security purposes? You don't think so? Too old? The car's too old, see?
Security in them at all.
All right, don't say that, I won't have it bloody now, you know. On the driver's side, well, Tim's having fun on the driver's side. All the bolts have come undone, which is nice, even though there's a massive rust hole in the door. We were worrying about that. But on the passenger side, I have this little box here, which does say 7M GTE ECT. The engine control turd is here. You having fun? Oh no. Don't break it, Tim. Don't break it. Okay, we'll not focus on that too much. I need to take this box out, and that's on this nut here. That's the bracket it's on. I'm going to try and not listen to Tim. Of course, if you did seriously want to know what it's called, it's the ECT. It's the electronically controlled transmission. Of course, for this glaring error going on in the middle of the centre console there. However, there is another bolt underneath it, which is sort of keeping it from out of the way. But don't worry, because you can just sort of... I will keep this in for now, because even though we are going manuel, well, I don't know, it might be that a test drive happens or something with this gearbox in or something, and yeah, we'll just keep it in place for now. Tim got the plug out and it's all systems go here. Look, the car's been completely blown apart as if it wasn't already. The new door actually had hinges in it, so we've actually taken those bolts out. There's the old hinges. Those will go back into stock. And, well, Tim thought he would be a big boy and poke the door, and it turns out the rust was even worse than we thought on that one. So it's a good call on replacing it, but my God, look at it. When you consider how much these doors are massive, and I would say at least a quarter of it is just gone. This is one of those ones where you do have to think, is it worth keeping? I don't know. We'll see. But it's time to take the door off, so let's have a go at that. I forgot to turn the microwave around, microphone around. We're free. Hey, a ruddy door. Oh yeah, you know what? It's probably really light because I ain't got a window in it. There's the window.
No, there's half a window.
So this is the hard part, holding the door whilst Tim does the technical bit. Now, really what we should have done is put like a toolbox or something underneath here so we could sit the door on that whilst this happened, you know.
Axle stand or something.
Axle stand, I mean anything actually. Would have been better than me just trying to hold it. The door is on, it's bolted in. Tim has mentioned that actually the adjustment must happen behind the quarter panel where the body of the car and the hinges, because there's no adjustment here at all, which is great because if Tim tries to close the door, it should match up fine. We'll see. Whoa. Lovely, look at that. I mean, there's a tiny bit of droop, but it's good enough for government work, that's for sure. And the other thing is, if you open that one up again, Tim, there's no locking mechanism. There's a load of gubbins missing in there as well. as opposed to this one. You can see this one's got the handle on it and everything like that. So next thing is to swap all that over. Also, side note, look at my pile. Look at the state of it. Oh, the microphone was the bloody wrong way round. You'll see there 2 lovely juicy danglers. And that means probably what Tim did when he originally stored this door is to wind the window down. Indeed, probably just did what we're going to do now, and that is put 12 volts on it. So I've got my lovely jump pack here, and if Tim puts those on.
We're doing black to green, so first.
Black to green.
It's red to red, I'm figuring. Okay, that's the way around.
Well, I mean, also, I don't know if the jump pack, you might want to press the power button on it and things like that. There we go! Look at that! We've got a window! That's lovely. What was, just so everyone at home knows, what was that? That was red to green, right?
That's right.
Red to green and a black to
red.
So it's not what you would necessarily think it is, but there we go, everyone. A bit of 12 volts and the window's up. That's great. And that means we can now start getting the accoutrement off of this door, putting it on this one, and we know that we can put the other door on and it will be ruddy lovely because we know that we can do that now. We are cooking on gas. Look. It may not look like much, but Tim has been working hard on taking parts out of that door. It's been about an hour, and this, he tells me, is literally just for the door lock mechanism, not the key bar or anything. That is just a central locking solenoid, rods, and of course the actual locking mechanism bit there. There's the old door, of course, with the speaker dangling off of it as well. Lovely. And you will see, we haven't just been sitting down doing nothing. We have the other door on as well. This one, just like the other one, closes absolutely fine. And I even got the lock in. Well, no, I didn't get the lock. The lock was already in that one. It was jammed. I got to feed it off, and that's in. And look, I even got the mirror back on. This is going very well. Look at this. Look at this. And now it's time to swap out the actual sort of handles because, well, the old ones have, of course, key barrels in them. And I basically, if you think about it, both these doors are off different cars. So if we didn't, then I'd have to keep the original set of keys so I can start and drive the car and probably open the boot and things like this. Then carry one for the driver's door and one for the passenger door. So we're going to swap those over. But I think, well, things are definitely coming along here. And judging by the sky, we may even get to use it. It looks really blue on camera. It's not, trust me. But you may even get to test out the new seals tonight. You never know. But things are going well. I think it's a bit broken. We'll lob it in anyway. Just getting a handle on things, you know. Lovely. Isn't it good?
Yep.
Oh, I'm a pro.
Yep.
I did a bit, Tim. Back to you now, lol. Actually, no, I can do wing mirror. I'm the wing mirror king.
Oh yes.
Look at that.
So what we've got is this bit, the edge, tucks in over
Yes.
that there.
And whilst getting the cables through their holes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which is always slightly awkward. This one's not so bad, he says, as he can't do it.
Why would you dare threaten us like that?
There we go. Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh. I dropped a screw and I can't get out.
Found it.
You found it? Yes.
Oh, cool.
Ah.
Good. Good.
Boom. I'm going to go ahead and say don't over tighten these lights because they will crack. And there we have it, everyone. It's dark now. It took a long time, a very long time, for us to get all the little accoutrement and everything else in. And as we mentioned, the driver's door isn't complete anyway. Just realised I'm putting quite a lot of pressure on top of this window. And that would be a shame, wouldn't it? So, there we go. Boom, they're done. The locks are changed over. The door cards are all in. I even gave it a little spruce. And I'm so happy that that is 2 massive rust holes gone. And also the window is now replaced-ish, you know what I mean. The car is basically watertight apart from the boot where the spoiler goes in, which is fine because that will be coming up in one of the more episodes in future. And along with that, I think the next episode will be Tim and I jacking up the front of the car, swapping out Tim's custom tow bar rig, putting the actual bumper back on the car, but also investigating the rust at the front end, just so we've got a gauge of what work we've got ahead of us with regards to rust repair there. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.